Sorry for the messy ponytail and probably screaming child in the background. I am live. It's been a long day and lighting's awful, so you're just gonna have to excuse me here. My readers in my Mommy Guyver blog reader page have started a poll in response to Mark Stidham's claim that anyone who thought that the billion-dollar lawsuit was an opinion of someone who was uneducated or undereducated. And so their responses are actually what their education levels are. And it was pretty interesting. And this might take a little while because several people responded. But the post was, in response to basically all of us being called uneducated, I think we should post how uneducated we are versus them, just for fun. The original poster says, I'll start. BA in Education with a 3.7 GPA. Masters of Education, Instructional Technology, 4.0 GPA. Teacher, kindergarten first and middle school technology. But, you know, 7 years of schooling is uneducated, apparently. And then we go into the comments. The first one, current college student working on her degree for CIS cybersecurity. Sorry for the noise. I mean, I really do have a 15-month-old back there, so you're going to hear a lot of grunting and crazy noises. It's a boy, so, you know, he's boy noises. BS in chemistry, MS in chemistry, pharmaceutical chemist for 10 years, but they say they are not smart enough to sell clothes. BS in information technology, BS in psychology, master's in teaching. The next one, prior military service, was a medic, started a career to work as a civilian nurse, AS in practical nursing technology, currently in school for her RN. One says, I'm a stay-at-home mom who dropped out of college. Ironically enough, was a leader at LuLaRoe. Imagine that. She's a nice girl, though. We like her. BA in studio art. She works as in the marketing department as a graphic designer for an e-commerce retail company. BS in accountancy. And then she asks, does Mark hold a degree? Some comments were degree in fuckery, douche master, and oh yeah, that was me. I said that, douche master, and that Deanne graduated summa cum often. Yep, you can quote me. I said that. And it's a joke, so you can't say that I libeled you. It was a joke. Relax. We know that you don't come at all. Especially not with 5 minutes in. Let's see. Queen on Her Knees was another title. Let's see here. Next comment. And of course, I also commented that the opinions of the attorneys who drafted the lawsuit, they must also be uneducated, holding a Doctor of Law degree, individually at least. Let's see, somebody else. Dual major, BBA in Marketing and Business Admin. The next one, Bachelor of Science, Business Owner. Bachelor of Science, Criminal Justice, and another one also. Bachelor of Science in Elementary, I can't read today, Elementary Education. Masters in Special Ed, teacher for 5 years. The next one says, I don't hold any degrees, but I'm a property manager. Then someone else says, I am also. Somebody else says, I manage an apartment community. Below that, property manager for 16 years. Another one manages a government office building for the last 12 years. Now, these are all former LuLaRoe retailers or current or thinking of leaving. Let's see. BA in Criminal Justice and Masters of Arts in Criminal Justice with concentration on legal studies. Strategic Partnerships Analytics Manager. Okay. Marine Corps veteran, thank you for your service. AS degree in Business Administration. Hold on a second. Of course, my phone's going to start going crazy while it always happens when I'm making a live video. Let me just close these windows that all popped up. Business degree, or BS degree in Business with specialization in Human Resources, Masters in Business Administration. Also was highly awarded each time. 3.9 GPA. Youngest student in MBA program, graduated with honors, accomplished all of it by the time she was 26, and also had two kids at the time. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I need to go commit suicide now because that was awesome. I don't feel like I've accomplished anything. Thank you. If you can go to school while you're a mom, you deserve like all the props. Robotics engineer, mechanical engineer, screaming baby. A+, Network Plus, MCSE, Six Sigma. Well, I think that's education. Master's in Occupational Therapy. Another Master's in Occupational Therapy. CHT. Someone else in Home Health. BA in communications, journalism with minor in political science. Imagine that, a journalist that reads my work. Huh, who knew? BS in business administration. I'm sorry, I skipped one. So the journalist with minor in political science, certificate in technical editing, technical communication specialist. The next one, BS in business administration, MAT business education, EDS teacher leadership. The next one, bachelor's degree and master's in business management, currently working on her second master's. Way to go. Nice job. BS in biochemistry, MS in biomedical sciences, currently a student of osteopathic medicine. BS in animal science, juris doctor, aka lawyer. Yes, lawyer, and I still got involved in this hot mess, this person says. BA in biomedical science and a career in analytical flavor chemistry. Okay, these people are very uneducated. In fact, I'm pretty sure that I'm embarrassed to be sharing air with them because, wow, there has got to be at least, what, like an average 3.6 GPA so far. BS in management information systems with a minor in computer science. BS criminal justice, BA computer science, MS information technology. BS in business and organizational communications with a concentration in PR and minor in psychology. Masters in K through 12 intervention specialist education. The next one, BFA and MA. The next one, BA in journalism. Another one, 18 years of professional experience. Let's see, successful in LuLaRoe, but escaped before she could get screwed over. Imagine that. Smart girl. She must have graduated at the top of her class. PhD in biochemistry. Successful small business owner. Was also successful in LuLaRoe, but escaped just in time. I'm not adding that commentary. That's actually what they wrote. Teacher. BA in history. Secondary education. MA in ESOL. 12 years teaching experience and still with LuLaRoe. My son, again, giving his commentary. AS, AA, BA, MA, JD, which led this person to be a university professor and create a multi-million-dollar company. Well, I'm going to go ahead and say that she is probably the dumbest one in this group. Imagine that. These people are so stupid. I mean, all of these letters, and yet they can't spell any words. Wow. Associates in anesthesia technology. Currently enrolled in a BAS community health and education. Future master's as a physician's assistant. Let's see, biochemistry after aspiring to go into patent law, an AAS in accounting, was never a consultant, but was in the queue, but has a bachelor's in K through 12 arts education, master's in arts integration, MBA, law school dropout, former Fortune 500 executive, real estate executive for a large company, BS in exercise science, doctor of physical therapy, physical therapist. Next one, bachelor's degree in marketing management, currently working as international customer service, been with the same company for 23 years. BA in English, master's of education in instructional design and technology, teacher turned stay-at-home mom. Licensed principal broker, general manager of the firm, handles over 2,000 units, 35 staff members, and supervises realtors, top seller for their firm, and she has 6 kids. BA in history, graduated summa cum laude. Congratulations. Current graduate student in history with a 3.9 GPA, 17 years of business experience. Person comments, I graduated grad school with a 4.0. Don't know how the heck I did it, yet I'm uneducated. I'd like to see Deanne get a 3.9 or a 4.0 in grad school. I would like to see Deanne go to grad school. Let's see. Registered nurse, 6 years experience, currently a supervisor. No degree, but spent 6 years in higher education taking courses to better myself. 10 years as a textile screen printer and graphic artist. Countless hours doing training in textile manufacturing and design. Worked for 3 years as lead graphic artist for advertising and branding division of a multi-million-dollar retail operation responsible for 22 retail locations in just her city. She's also their social media coordinator. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, bachelor's degree in business, and a bachelor's degree in art history. Also an active realtor for 6 years, now own business of some short of 4 years. Screaming child. Went to college for a year and dropped out. Okay. BSN, nurse for 6 years, worked ICU, med, surgical and trauma, case manager, urgent care. Next one. No high school diploma, did get their GED, and self-employed since 1975. That's also commendable. BA in psychology, summa cum laude, manager, defined benefits. Been with extreme the same extremely successful company for 10 plus years. Recreation management, associates in nursing, masters of science in nursing. Next one, certified in addiction counseling, dual studying associate of surgical technology and certificate of central processing technology. Operating room stuff, she says. The next one, bachelor's degree in education, master's in differentiated instruction, teacher for 9 years. Bachelor's of Science in Nursing degree, RN for 16 years now with experience in pediatrics, infectious disease, and quality management. The next one, BA in Marketing and Advertising, minor in Spanish, managing multi-million-dollar accounts for the past 7 years for an automotive website that determines car value and car research. The next one, taught over 130 college courses, mostly economics. MA Economics, BS, Business Administration, the middle of working on their MBA, and applying for an EDD program in Leadership and Learning Organizations. So, Mark, you're wrong. She said it, not me. BA in Journalism. God, all these journalists. MA Educational Technology, magna cum laude for both. Next one, RN. Next one, BA in Education, MSCM, Teacher Medical Researcher for Government Contract. Next one, BA in Design Management, MBA with a concentration in Marketing, graduated magna cum laude with both degrees and currently a brand manager responsible for a $400 million category. Somebody commented that we're all a bunch of sexy, smart ladies. I would concur. I do not have a braggable extensive education, but I do know how not to spend $4 million on cars. That's good. You're good. You got a gift. Next one, nurse. AAS, healthcare super... I'm illiterate. AAS, healthcare support and technology. Next, BA in Communication, Arts, Broadcast Journalism, MS in Journalism, Juris Doctorate, Law degree. Next one, I don't have shit on you guys, but here goes. Stay-at-home mom with no college degree, but homeschooling 4 kids with the 5th having graduated and now working on Animal Hospital. I have street smarts for days, though. I'm guessing she's probably not going to spend $4 million on cars either, especially not when you're not giving refunds to the umpteen people that are waiting for them. You know, that's like Sly like Fox type of stuff, guys. BFA in Graphic Design, Bachelor of Science in Biology, emphasis on plants. Currently stay-at-home mom to happy, healthy, very smart little boy. Can't raise a smart kid if you're dumb as fuck. I concur. Next, BS in Business Accountancy and CPA, auditor for over a dozen years. Now she's homeschooling her 3 kids. BSN, RN, stay-at-home mom for now. MA in Grant Writing Management and Evaluation. She's a grants and contracts manager, but apparently wasn't able to comprehend the LuLaRoe contract. Must be magic. BA in Psychology. Almost completed a 2nd BA in Elementary Education. MS in School Counseling, graduated with a 4.0. Worked 10 years consistently in mental health crisis intervention before staying at home with my son and getting into this LuLaRoe mess. Needless to say, my training experience tells me every time that they're full of it, which is daily. BS in Chemical Engineering, postgraduate work in pharmacology, published research, 8 years experience with chemicals, oil, and gas industries. Spent a number of years as a certified senior pharmacy technician as well. Next, certified nursing assistant, 5 years licensed. LPN, did not license due to injury. Currently a BA in early childhood education. Next, 14 years law enforcement, 12 years dive rescue, 5 years SWAT as tactical shield. Thank you, Justin, for your service. I'm just going to say his first name because holy shit. BA in English Lit. Also another BA in English Lit and a minor in anthropology. BA in photography and BS in nutrition and dietetics. I was applying to med schools when I found out I was pregnant with kid number 3, so it's on hold until he begins school. He's now 2. RN, BSN, BA in business, MA in education, successful bridal store business owner for 10 plus years. BA in humanities and MA in executive leadership with an emphasis on nonprofit management. Will be working on PhD, ABD soon. Currently work for the university, blank, I'm not going to identify, as a project manager in their marketing and communications department. Next one, Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering with a structural and geotechnical emphasis, a registered professional engineer. Also claims to be an uneducated twit. BA Labor and Employment Relations, MBA with a focus on marketing, and is a proposal coordinator. Will be working on an MS as soon as I can afford to. Again, all these letters and nobody's spelling any words. Like, I don't get it. No degree, but lots of time. School training to become a neuromuscular therapist. Well, excuse me. BS in food science and nutrition. BS in biology. Minors chemistry, math, and dance. Magna cum laude. There's a whole list. Masters from the School of Common Sense. Now that's key. Next, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Neonatal ICU nurse for 10 years. Adjunct nursing professor for 5 years. Almost finished college with a degree in elementary education, but decided to get my MRS degree instead. I guess get married, Mrs. Homeschooler, 3 children. My hubs persuaded me to leave. He's an analyst in the military. Has a degree from the Air Force Academy, master's in business management, master's in operations, and is in another Air Force college right now. So I'm guessing he was too uneducated to stop her from enrolling in this company. Or he's too uneducated to tell her that he thinks it's a pyramid scheme. Let's see. Oh, well, I think there are different kinds of educated. The one thing we probably know way more than them is that the experience of a typical consultant, and that's why I really take issue with them calling us uneducated. They literally have no idea and don't care. BA Political Science, former web designer, human resources manager for the government. BA in Early Childhood Education with a minor in Special Education, 4.0. Master's in Educational Development and Strategies, 4.0. Kindergarten teacher. BA in Psychology, Master's in Human Resources and Employment Relations. Working HR professional field for the last 9 years. Next, BS in Business Administration, emphasis Information Systems. Worked before for some little clients like E-Trade, Gateway, Accenture, NOAA, State of California, and not as just the janitor or something either. And the comment is, I'm uneducated, bite me. BA in Political Science from a state university with a 6 Sigma Green Belt certificate. Current PM for a major utility company. Stay-at-home mom, quit taking college courses during both my pregnancies. Now I own my own handmade clothing business. I don't have a degree. Some of these women may not have gotten involved. I did sell LuLaRoe while my infant was sick, but she's happy and healthy, and now I decided to reinvest in my handmade business. BA in English Literature and a BA in Spanish Language Studies from a top 25 college. MA in Marketing Communications, 4.0 GPA. BA in Labor Studies, Master's in Labor and Employment Relations. Somebody said all these degrees but still did the MLM thing. That's what has me confused. Somebody commented that the promise of full-time pay for part-time work, maybe. The idea from working from home and being with my children was way more appealing than not. I think that was appealing for all of us. You know, just a sidebar here, there's still a lot more comments, but we as parents, especially if we are in a corporate environment or a business environment or, you know, a professional field, when you have children, you have to sometimes decide between your career and your family, and it's unfair. I was also, when I had my first child, I was told that I couldn't lead a company because I obviously had my focus on my children and my family, and how could I possibly concentrate on building a business when I had little ones at home? And it puts us in a really unfair position. And I think that, in my opinion, that LuLaRoe likes to attract people that have that sort of entrepreneurial and business spirit that aren't used to just, you know, and I don't want to say just being a stay-at-home mom, because there's nothing just about being a stay-at-home mom, but that they feel like they're not fulfilled and they're not doing all that they can to produce and provide for their family that they've, you know, contributed in building. So it pulls on their heartstrings and puts them in a really uncomfortable position. And with the promise of working from home to make something similar to what you might have made in your previous field is enticing, because you get to spend all the time and all the joy with your children and with your growing family and still not have to suffer in any way. So I definitely am seeing a pattern with this as we just as I get more and more involved in researching LuLaRoe and MLMs in general, and the fact that this is definitely a trigger for these people. They want to, and I'm one of they want to be able to snuggle their kids and not have to pay somebody else to raise them, and also contribute to their households and not have anybody have to suffer because they've chosen their family over their career at that time. BA in Finance, Master's in Business Administration, currently a project manager for a large building materials conglomerate. Did high school and college in 6 years total. Began college at the age of 15, awarded a full art scholarship to pursue musical theater. Did not finish because I landed a dream job in marketing, went on to become an agent in successful talent agency where my clients included blah, 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 blah. I don't want to list them because we don't want to identify the person. BA in English Literature from Rutgers, 4.0. Worked in international education for the last 14 years. BA in French Language and Literature, UVA, 2003. PMI, ACP, 2014 to present, IT Project Manager. BA in Accounting, Masters in Business Administration. BS in Accounting, Bentley University. JD, Mass School of Law, Executive and Management positions at High Tech Software for 14 years. Current role, COO for a consulting company. Associates in Nursing, BS Health Administration. Halfway through Masters, Health Administration and Gerontology. Have been an RN for 39 years, ICU, Medical Surgical Education, LTC. Most of my years have been in upper management. BA in Sociology, MA in Public Admin and Public Policy. Working on my dissertation for PhD in Sociology. Oh, I know that person. Hello. BS in Accounting and Spanish minor, 4.0 GPA in Accounting and 3.94 overall GPA since 2007. Not a consultant, just wanted to chime in. Well, thank you. And I'm sure that this person also shares in the feeling that this might be a pyramid scheme. Otherwise, she probably wouldn't be on this page. BA in Education, dual certified for general and special education, certified in specific state for special education, and an MA in education. BS in Chemical Engineering from Cornell University. Business Systems Analyst, aka Computer Programmer for National Insurance Company for 16 years. But she says, I'm dumb. BA in Organizational Management, 3.68 GPA. MBA in Project Management, 3.29 GPA, starting my MS from the Ohio State University. Currently working towards my BS in Equine Studies, Dean's List student, 3.2 GPA. Consultant on the way out, BS in Business Management, Human Resources, and minor in Legal Studies, CPM, which is a Certified Public Manager. BS in Nursing, 3.1 GPA, MSE in Exercise Physiology, 3.85 GPA. Pediatric nurse currently, but have been nursing for 13 years. Don't think any parent would trust their sick baby with an uneducated person. Considering that I have 2 preemies, one in heaven and one that's making all that noise over there, I would tell you that we absolutely don't trust our children to uneducated people. Hang on one second. I have to close these chats that are popping up again. Degree in Culinary Arts and Hospitality Hotel Management. Honors BA in Anthropology, Diploma in ECE, NASM-CPT, Personal Trainer. Bachelor's in Journalism, Master's in Communication, Professor of Marketing at Siena College. BS in Business with an emphasis in Finance. AS, BSW, MSW, LCSW. Another one, BA Forensic Psychology. Pre-K. Okay, this is just all a bunch of... I just brain farted. Like acronyms. PREK, PARA, 3 years, DOE. I'm assuming Department of Education. So pre-K, para something. I don't know what that stands for. Para something. And then 3 years, Department of Education. BFA in Photography and Art History. MA in American Studies. Looking for employment. BS in Aviation Technology, Professional Pilot Program. At 19 years old, this person flew a single-engine plane from San Diego to Cape Cod. I guess she's uneducated too. Just for fun, ACSM, CPT, and DCA Diamondologist. BA in Psychology. BA in Liberal Arts, now an analyst for ATF. Owned an advertising and marketing agency for 7 years. Won Small Business of the Year and multiple awards. BA in Political Science, MS in Taxation. Worked corporate tax for 14 years. Next one, Master's degree in Business and Organizational Management, 4.0 GPA. Bachelor's degree in Education, Kinesiology, Health and Coaching, 3.67 GPA, cum laude. Associate's degree with double major, Elementary and Physical Education. BA in Psychology, MA in Criminal Justice. Completed all coursework for PhD and has kids. Works for the state in close conjunction with the governor's office writing legislation. BA in Sociology with certificate in Criminology, BS in Public Health, Master's in Accounting, 4.0 CMA, worked in a private financial reporting for 15 years. BA in History, DC, a Doctor of Chiropractic, currently working on ABSN, Accelerated BS of Nursing. BS in Justice with a minor in Psych and a specialty in Forensic Investigations. BA in Broadcast Journalism. BS in Psychology, MA in Management, enough to diagnose that this business is bullshit. High school GPA of 3.5, beauty school grad, tested at state level, top 5%. BS in Psychology, minor in Early Childhood Education, 3.7 GPA, graduated and had my son about a month later, full-time mama, cooking baby number 2 right now. Good luck. No degree, but 19 years of direct sales experience. BA in psychology and general special education, 3.6 GPA. MED literacy, 3.8 GPA. Special education teacher and reading specialist for 16 years. I'm going to keep going through this whole thing, guys. Sorry, this is long. College classes in high school because I completed my credits early. Healthcare administration, graduated with honors, and my GPA was 3.9. Member of the Golden Key Honor Society. Blah, blah, blah. Bachelor's in business management and supply chain management. President of a manufacturing company from 2013 to current. Totally has zero expertise to speak on the shit way that they run this company. BS in criminal justice and psychology, Masters of Educational Leadership, Chancellor's List 2 times in Master's Program, Department Chair for 10 years, Educator for 17. Could share my materials for my Master's Thesis project with Deanne if she needs to learn how to manage a company. Business degree, Florida State. Hubby has a master's with an emphasis in finance. 3 of my kids entered college at age 16. 2 are full-time college students. 3rd is part-time college, part-time high school. My 4th is 15 and was accepted into advanced placement earlier than normally allowed for high school students. I'm going to guess that that's a family of smart people. She also says that she hates to compare education. My brother's a high school dropout with a GED. He has an IQ in the 160s, speaks several different languages, and owns his own business and travels a lot. BS in marketing, minor in English, graduated cum laude, back to school, began master's coursework but did not finish. BA in secondary English education, certified business continuity planner. BBM, Masters of History with European Influence, Associates of Animal Science. The next one, working on my master's, 3.55 GPA for undergrad, 3.9 GPA for grad. BA in Secondary Education, MA in Reading Specialist, 4.0 grade point average. Double BA in Psychology and Communications, MBA concentration in HR, IT Project Manager for major healthcare system. BS in Economics, BS in Labor and Industrial Relations, Masters in Business Administration. Works as a director for a major university. BS in Merchandising Management, 7 years managing multi-million-dollar retail stores, district trainer. Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, completed half of my master's for the company before I decided that it's not what I wanted. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, this person just does a lot of trauma care and burn support and basic life disaster support. BA in Literature, minor in Organizational Communication. Let's see, middle school math teacher, 10th year. BA in Elementary, special and middle school math education. Graduated number 8 in my high school class, was state-ranked musician, politically active, advocating for the special needs community. I've chosen to stay home and homeschool my 5 children individually. BS in Biology, Masters of Education and Science Education, plus 60 additional graduate credits. BS in English Education, graduated summa cum laude from Indiana University with a solid 4.0. 15 years teaching experience, including ABE, GED, instructor, jail setting. BS in Interdisciplinary Studies, MS in Special Education, Behavioral Disorders, currently working in graduate certificate in ABA. BA Leadership Studies, Program Director of Dental Assisting, MPCC in Nebraska. BS in Business Financial Service from Penn State, 3.62 GPA, halfway done an MACC degree while working full-time, 3.8 GPA, Corporate Senior Accountant, Accounting Manager for 11 years. Bachelor's of Science in Biology, GPA 3.85, Master's in Marketing, 3.92, is the current Senior Director of Global Marketing Communications. BS in Accounting, 12 years working in private accounting. BS in Business Management, BS in Business Marketing, graduated with GPA of 3.9, works as a civil servant on billion-dollar programs. I know this person personally. She works for the government. Kathleen... Sorry, I lost my place. BS with Masters in Science, Technology, and Society. 15 years of experience in corporate America, including management in a $750 million company, senior level management, human resources, and management consulting experience. BS in Marketing, worked as advertising, making premium promotional items for huge clients such as Unilever and Daimler Chrysler and more. Somebody says, I work at Target, and somebody else comments, so you work at heaven. BSN graduated with a 4.0 in presidential honors, certified case manager. Soon will be heading back for my MSN. Work for Duke. Let's see. BA in psychology, 3.86 GPA, magna cum laude, MS criminal justice. Somebody comments, uneducated. Holy crap, you guys are practically geniuses. LuLaRoe has no idea. And then she says, all of the above are mostly typical education, which doesn't touch the University of Life or School of Hard Knocks grads, who are often some of the most gifted people I've met. I will also concur to that. BA in Film and Masters in Humanities. Got a 4.0 for my Masters, then taught at the university for 3 years. I do graphic, web design, social media. BSSW. That's a Bachelor's in Social Work. Started my Masters, currently a LSW. I'm a nursing home social worker in a transitional care unit. BS in Human Services, 3.8 GPA, MSW in social work, over a 4.0 GPA there. Works in private practice as a psychotherapist and have worked as an adjunct professor at a liberal arts college. BA in Spanish and International Relations, magna cum laude. MA in Health Communication, magna cum laude. Let's see, this person doesn't have a degree but spends a lot of time researching different subjects. Mostly parenting-related. Education comes in many different forms, not just degrees. BA in Social Work. Worked as an assistant Montessori teacher, currently working with VIP Kid as an online ESL teacher. This person has 7 degrees, with the most recent one being a BA in Communications, Public Relations. Used to work as an ASL interpreter prior to getting sick. Learning 4th language, trying to save up money to pay for their PhD. Work now as a writer and have a book series coming out next year. But yes, please tell me, Mark, how I'm uneducated and I don't know shit about your company. There's a lot of social workers here. I got halfway down. Lord, do I feel uneducated? Seriously impressed by the amount of intelligent people in here. No degree, but I build hospital IT software for the operating room and anesthesiologists. BA in Sociology, related work in English and Anthropology, 3 years cash management for the number 2 bank in the USA, global missions coordinator for 20+ mission teams across the world. The next one, I have my Master's in Social Work as well. I run a community mental health organization, so I think I know a thing or two about business and working with people. I don't have a college degree, but I'm really good at finding LuLaRoe's stolen artwork. BS in Political Science, MA in English, MAT in Secondary Education. BS is Organizational Leadership, 3.5 GPA, ran a family business for 13 years before she left to go get a government job. BS in European History, MS in Information Systems, MS in Library Science, Bachelor's in Business Communications, Master's in Human Resources. How long is this list? BA Special Education Teaching, General Education Teaching. BA in Philosophy, 3.84 GPA, RN for 29 years. BS in Elementary Education with a triple minor, Master's in Elementary Education, 13 years of teaching experience. It's included endless amounts of additional education, professional development beyond my 2 degrees. No degree, but won 2nd place in the state of Virginia for restaurant management competition, won 3rd place the following year. BA in Communications, Senior Manager in Corporate Companies. BSN, Bachelor of Science Nursing, registered nurse for 23 years, working in oncology research. BA in English, minor in Communication, worked for 9 years in accounting before becoming a stay-at-home mom. Currently a small business owner, not MLM. BS in Secondary English Education from one of the top 5 teaching schools in the country. Master's in Education Leadership from Temple University. Principal certification. BS in Elementary Education, double major with deaf education K through 12. 10 years teaching experience, including 5 in special education teaching. Deaf, hard of hearing high schoolers. Also high school swim coach the last 5 years. AS in Hospitality Management, BA in English, Master's in English with licensure. I think every person in my group commented on this. Oh my gosh. Secondary Education, currently director with my DS company and retired from full-time teaching before I started. BA in Social Sciences with a concentration in education and minor in early education. BS in Cognitive Science. BS Elementary Education, MA Special Education, 15 years. BS in Nursing, Master's of Advanced Family Nurse Practitioner. BA in Music Business, currently full-time in the accounting department for insert company here. BS in Horticulture, BS Agricultural Science with Teacher Certification, MS in Sport Management. Bachelor's in Psychology and MS in Rehabilitation Psychology. My husband has a BS in Aeronautical Engineering and an MS in Business and MS Foreign Policy. BS in Psychology, cum laude. While trying to figure out if I was going to finish my BS, I went to community college and was a licensed pharmacy tech and eventually trainer for over 10 years. Went back to school, finished my BS, however, no longer working, but a 4-year pancreatic cancer survivor. Congratulations. We're glad you're still with us. BS in History and Education, Juris Doctor Law, countless military training, some degree, some not. Doesn't have much for an education, but did save lives for 15 years, so that's more than my Mark and Deanne have ever done. Have they ever literally saved a life from death? Come on, I'm smarter than them. Thank you for your service. Uneducated bum here with an AAS 3.98 GPA, Bachelor's in Business, Admin at 3.2, an MBA in Healthcare with a 3.7, executive with Fortune 500 company. BA in Business Administration, currently a program manager for the federal government, also a veteran. Thank you for your service. No degree yet, taking a year off school, maybe less, 2 semesters away from graduate school, then 4 years studying to get my Pharm D. BA in German, Spanish minor, MA Linguistics, Graduate Academy Certificate teaching English to speakers of other languages. AA, and I'm currently a junior working on my bachelor's in geoscience with a concentration in meteorology and broadcasting. Pharmacy school dropout, registered nurse, 25 years ago. BS in nursing, RN for 25 years, also holds 6 computer programming certifications. BA in communications graphic design, BS in business accounting 3.7, MA in elementary education, GPA 3.9, passed 1 part CPA exam, business owner, DS bookkeeping and accounting, senior accountant for a Fortune 500 company. BA communication minor, psychology, magna cum laude, employed with the FAA for over 8 years as an air traffic controller. Associates in work and insurance, BS sociology, psychology, master of public administration, urban and regional affairs. BS in mechanical engineering, PhD in mechanical engineering, BS in French political science, bachelor's degree and a master's of nursing, registered nurse, BSN, clinical coordinator of outpatient clinic, pursuing MBA. BA in business management and HR management, BA in international studies, CELTA certified with Pass B, the majority of students receive a pass. Now teaching ESL in international school in South Korea, about to start earning my alternative teaching certification from the state of Florida. Not to mention all the the PD I do, both formally and informally. I'm constantly educating myself. Oh boy, here we go. BA in English, creative writing, with an elementary education minor, MS in education, graduate with 4.0. So, she says, BSN in nursing, MBA, multiple national publications and presentations, certified facilitator on changing culture of a business, hospital administrator, leading the orthopedic service line for 6 hospitals and oversee 150 employees, 2 national nursing certifications, all roles and jobs required her to be educated with a minimum of a master's degree. My husband's like huffing over there. This is like a lot. There's a lot of education on this page. I'm thoroughly impressed with you guys. Family nurse practitioner, diagnosed them as being full of shit and full of themselves. I concur. RN, MSN, FNPC, AACRN, board certified nurse practitioner specializing in HIV/AIDS, provides specialty care, primary care, hormone management, been a nurse practitioner for 22 years and a nurse for 30, but not educated enough, I guess, and she says, fuck you, Mark. She forgot to mention that I've been covering over 800 patients by myself for most of this year. She's pretty dumb after all. BS in business administration with a concentration in accounting, undeclared minor. Met all qualifications but somehow missed the deadline to declare in physics. Bachelor's degree in social work and a master's in health administration. Juris Doctor. BA before that, political economy and philosophy. BSBA accounting and MIS double major, 3.7, 4.0 GPA, worked as computer programmer and then accountant, certified internal auditor 2, top 1% at state math competition in high school, first place accounting at Phi Beta Lambda competition junior college. Bachelor of Science Interior Architecture, senior interior designer. BS in Family Studies, MS in Education, an additional year of school after that for ESL certification. Currently teaching 2nd grade but have taught from K up through college classes. Comment is, I live from selling LuLaRoe. I'm a bum. I mean, they told me I could work part-time with full-time pay. I think that was a joke. BS in psychology, minor in criminal justice, master's in early childhood, specializing in public policy and advocacy, aka LuLaRoe terms, dumb as fuck. Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, minor in history, master's of Science in Chemistry, biomedical, research chemist, scientist for the Navy now, multiple publications and lead test engineer, aka uneducated. Bachelor in Education, teaching mentally and physically handicapped. Master's in school counseling plus another 35 plus graduate credits. Oh, and certified to teach bilingual as well as gifted. Bachelor's degree in business, director of commercial real estate with a staff of 80 and over 6 million square feet of office space. AA was on the president's list every semester, went back to school when I was 40, graduated at the top of my class in high school and college, worked in the insurance field for years and was an assistant supervisor. MBA, BS, BA, AA. The next one, BS in sports administration, human resource management, currently a supervisor. BA in criminal justice with 3.5 GPA, disabled Air Force veteran with 2 tours under my belt. Thank you for your service. AS in biotechnology, BS in biochem, interned at USGS in Virginia before having babies. Another person says, clearly an uneducated group of easily swayed morons. Associate vice president in an extremely large national title company that's affiliated with a big mortgage company, rhyming with frickin' bones. Most folks haven't heard of us, I'm sure. Clearly, most of us are uneducated and have no idea what it's like to work for a billion-dollar company. Doctor of Pharmacy, currently working at specialty pharmacy with focus on CF and transplant patients. BS in business with concentration in accounting. Was an accounts payable manager looking at becoming an assistant CFO before I had my 4th child. Decided to be a stay-at-home mom and find things I can do from home. BSW, M-Psych, going for PhD. JD, MS Computer Science, BA, AS. AA also. BA Psychology, BA History, BS Business, all magna cum laude from Columbia University, Juris Doctorate, University of Missouri, attorney, VA accredited. BS in Biology, graduate with 160 credits, just short of a chemistry minor to gear up for pre-pharmacy. Don't have a degree, but I know for a fact that doesn't make me stupid or uneducated. BS in Exercise and Sports Science, MS, my screen just shut down, MS Clinical Exercise Physiology, 10 years as exercise physiologist, in cardiac rehabilitation. RN, associate's degree. BS Wildlife Management, concentration on population dynamics, minor in mathematics, working on my LSIT, land surveyor in training certificate. 4 years after that, I'll be eligible to get my land surveyor license. BSN, BS Finance Accounting. Not the best thing for him to say, sounds pompous. That being said, a person can be educated and still be uneducated on various subjects. Still saying that doesn't come across very well. Probably sounded good in his head. Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, RN for 14 years. Deaf since she was 2 years old, took AP classes, earned college credit while in high school, majored in chemistry and biology. BA, this is the last one, BA in Psychology, Behavioral Pharmacology, 5 years as a preclinical researcher, 5 years in clinical outsourcing, hematology, and oncology trials. So, after 42 minutes of reading the credentials and the education of hundreds of the readers on my Mommy Guyver blog readers page, I would see your comment, Mark, and raise you a giant fuck you and ask you to bring your education to the table with these people who have decided that instead of just laying down and letting your company continue to fuck them, that they stand up for themselves, speak up, and decide that their lives and what is best for their families, whatever that is, whether that's staying with LuLaRoe or leaving, is in their hands and up to them. If they have decided that they feel like they have been manipulated or taken advantage of, they have a right to do so as citizens. They have a right to feel that way, and they have a right to express it and voice it. If you decide that you want to belittle them and besmirch them on national television, then you best believe that we will all come back and we will do the very same. You don't get to insult the people that made you a billionaire by calling them failures and pigs and losers and stale and uneducated. When you laid your entire career on your back on concrete and your history is direct sales, you don't get to call people uneducated. You can have experience in life, and that's one thing, but calling somebody uneducated because they don't agree with you is probably the dumbest thing you've ever done. These people trusted you. They trusted that they would be able to live their lives with their families, spend more time with the people that they love. You promised them that you would give them that opportunity. Instead of owning up to what you promised and saying that you failed them, that you did not deliver what you promised, and that it's not as easy as you said it was, and it's not about just everything sells and go out there and just try and you'll make all your money back in a few weeks. And if you try to say that it didn't happen, I have plenty of documents to support otherwise. Instead of all of that, why not just own the fact that you absolutely don't know what the fuck you're doing and that you've led a bunch of people down a rabbit hole of debt and despair, and own it and try to make nice with them instead of continuously trying to berate them and make them feel like less of humans when really it's you and Deanne who are not qualified to run a business. Bye.